I stood on the edge of the dense forest, the hum of the helicopter fading into the distance. The canopy stretched out endlessly before us, a vast expanse of emerald green that seemed impenetrable. I was Dr. Sarah Mitchell, a botanist with a passion for discovering new plant species. Our team consisted of Dr. James Parker, a brilliant biologist, Alex Rodriguez, a resourceful engineer, and Lisa Chen, our expert in communications and cultural studies. Together, we were about to embark on an extraordinary journey into an unexplored region of the world. The mission was simple, or so we thought: venture into this uncharted territory, document new tree species, and return with valuable data. But as we stood there, gazing at the seemingly endless forest, a sense of unease settled over me. Little did we know that this journey would take us far beyond the realm of science and into the heart of an ancient mystery. "All right, team, let's get moving," I said, breaking the silence. We adjusted our packs, checked our equipment one last time, and stepped into the forest. The air was thick with the scent of earth and foliage, the ground beneath our feet soft and damp. The first day was filled with wonder and awe. The trees towered above us, their branches forming a dense canopy that filtered the sunlight into a dappled mosaic on the forest floor. Every few steps, I stopped to examine a leaf or a flower, marveling at the diversity and beauty of this untouched wilderness. James was equally enthralled, his eyes scanning the underbrush for signs of animal life. Alex, ever the practical one, kept an eye on our route, ensuring we stayed on course. Lisa documented everything meticulously, her notebook already filled with sketches and observations. As night fell, we set up camp in a small clearing. The sounds of the forest surrounded us, a symphony of chirping insects, rustling leaves, and distant animal calls. We shared a simple meal and talked about our plans for the next day, excitement and anticipation in our voices. "Can you believe this place?" James said, his voice tinged with awe. "It's like stepping back in time." "It is remarkable," Lisa agreed. "The sheer variety of plant life here is astounding." "We need to be careful though," Alex added, glancing at the surrounding trees. "This place is as dangerous as it is beautiful." The second day brought the first signs of trouble. As we ventured deeper into the forest, our equipment began to malfunction. The GPS flickered, displaying erratic readings. Our compasses spun wildly, unable to find true north. A strange, oppressive feeling settled over us, and we realized we were no longer sure of our direction. "Something's not right," Alex muttered, frowning at his malfunctioning GPS. "There's some kind of interference." We pressed on, relying on our instincts and the sun's position to guide us. The forest grew denser, the trees closing in around us like a living wall. The sense of unease deepened, but we tried to shake it off, focusing on our mission. "Do you think it's a natural phenomenon?" Lisa asked, glancing at James. "Possibly," James replied, his brow furrowed. "But I've never seen anything like this before." "We need to stay focused," I said, trying to keep the team's spirits up. "We'll figure it out." That night, as we gathered around the campfire, we shared our concerns. The feeling of being watched was almost palpable, and the eerie silence of the forest seemed to hold a hidden menace. "I swear, I saw something move out there," Alex said, his voice barely above a whisper. "Probably just an animal," James replied, though his tone was uncertain. "Whatever it is, we need to be careful," I said. "Let's get some rest and tackle this fresh in the morning." On the third day, the true strangeness began. As we packed up camp and prepared to move on, we noticed something unsettling. Animals, birds, small mammals, even insects seemed to be observing us. Their eyes followed our every move, their behavior unnaturally focused. "Is it just me, or are those animals watching us?" Lisa whispered, her voice trembling. "It's like they're aware of us," James replied, his eyes scanning the trees. "I've never seen anything like it." We continued our journey, but the feeling of being watched grew stronger. The animals seemed to be trying to guide us away from a certain direction, blocking our path and forcing us to take detours. The forest itself seemed to conspire against us, and fear began to gnaw at the edges of our resolve. As dusk approached, we stumbled upon a clearing unlike any we had seen before. In the center stood a massive stone idol, its surface weathered and ancient. It depicted a figure, half human, half beast, with eyes that seemed to follow us. "This must be it," I said, my voice barely a whisper. "The place the tribe considers sacred." "We need to be cautious," James warned. "There's something off about this place." We decided to set up camp a safe distance from the idol, our nerves frayed and our minds filled with questions. What was the significance of this idol? And why were the animals acting so strangely? "I don't like this," Alex muttered as he set up his tent. "This place gives me the creeps." "Stay close," I advised. "We'll figure this out together." As we settled in for the night, the forest came alive with eerie sounds. Shadows flickered at the edges of our vision, and a sense of impending danger hung heavy in the air. We knew we were close to something important, but we had no idea what awaited us. In the early hours of the morning, we were awakened by the sound of drums. Peering through the underbrush, we saw the tribe for the first time. They moved with a grace and purpose that spoke of deep tradition and unshakable belief. We watched in silence as they conducted a ritual, their movements synchronized and hypnotic. It was then that we noticed her, a woman, standing apart from the others, her presence commanding and enigmatic. She seemed to be directing the ritual, her eyes closed and her lips moving in silent incantations. "That's the wise woman," Lisa whispered. "The one they call Anara." "She looks powerful," James observed, unable to take his eyes off her. Our presence did not go unnoticed for long. The tribe soon became aware of us, and we were brought before their leaders. To our surprise, they were not hostile. Instead, they welcomed us as guests, curious about our intentions and willing to share their ways with us. Through broken conversations and gestures, we learned that the idol was considered the guardian of the tribe. It provided for them, ensuring their survival in this harsh environment. But there were hints of something more, whispers of a power that went beyond the stone figure. "They truly believe in the power of this idol," Lisa said, her voice filled with wonder. "There's more to this than meets the eye," I replied. "We need to dig deeper." As the days passed, we witnessed more of the tribe's rituals. The animals continued to act strangely, and we began to suspect that Anara's influence extended far beyond simple leadership. There was a connection between her, the idol, and the forest itself, a connection that defied explanation. One night, unable to sleep, I decided to confront Anara. I found her alone, by the idol, her eyes reflecting the light of the moon. "Anara," I began, my voice trembling. "What is the true nature of this place? Why are the animals acting this way?" She looked at me, her gaze piercing and intense. "You seek answers, but some truths are not meant to be known. The forest, the idol, the animals, they are all part of a delicate balance. To understand it fully is to disrupt it." Determined to uncover the truth, our team continued to observe and investigate. We discovered that the idol was not the source of the tribe's sustenance, it was merely a symbol. The real power lay within Anara. She possessed the ability to enter the minds of animals, guiding them to the tribe as offerings. Her powers were a closely guarded secret, one she used to ensure the tribe's survival. "She's the one controlling the animals," James whispered, the realization dawning on him. "How do we approach this?" Alex asked, looking worried. "If the tribe finds out?" "We need to be careful," I said. "We can't risk their wrath." Over the next few days, we tried to gain more trust from the tribe. We participated in their daily activities, helped with their chores, and shared meals around the communal fire. The more time we spent with them, the more we realized how deeply interconnected their lives were with the forest and its creatures. One day, while exploring the area around the village, James and I stumbled upon a cave. The entrance was partially hidden by thick vines and foliage, suggesting it had not been used for some time. Curiosity piqued, we decided to investigate further. Inside the cave, we found ancient drawings and carvings on the walls. They depicted scenes of the tribe, the idol, and a woman who resembled Anara. The drawings told a story of a great power that protected the tribe, a power that seemed to be passed down through generations. This revelation added another layer of complexity to the mystery we were trying to unravel. "We need to show this to the others," James said, his voice filled with excitement. "This could be the key to understanding Anara's true role." Back at the village, we shared our findings with Alex and Lisa. They were equally intrigued and agreed that we needed to delve deeper into the cave's secrets. However, we had to be cautious not to alert the tribe to our activities. That night, under the cover of darkness, we returned to the cave. This time, we brought more equipment to document our discoveries. As we worked, the air inside the cave grew colder, and an unsettling feeling crept over us. "I have a bad feeling about this," Lisa whispered, her breath visible in the frigid air. "Let's be quick," I replied, trying to steady my nerves. "We can't afford to be discovered." As we continued our exploration, we uncovered a hidden chamber deeper within the cave. In the center of the chamber stood another idol, similar to the one in the village but smaller and more intricately carved. Surrounding the idol were offerings of food, flowers, and small trinkets. "This must be where Anara conducts her rituals," Alex speculated. "But why keep it hidden?" "Perhaps it's a place of personal power," James suggested. "A source of her strength." As we documented the chamber, a sense of foreboding grew stronger. It was as if the cave itself was warning us to leave. Reluctantly, we packed up our equipment and made our way back to the village, our minds racing with questions and theories. The following day, we noticed a change in the tribe's behavior. They seemed more reserved, their smiles forced and their conversations hushed. It was clear that our presence was beginning to unsettle them. "Do you think they know?" Lisa asked, her voice barely audible. "It's possible," I replied, glancing around nervously. "We need to be careful." Determined to uncover the truth, we decided to confront Anara once more. This time, we approached her openly, hoping that honesty would win her trust. "Anara," I began, my voice steady. "We found the cave. We saw the drawings and the hidden chamber. We know there's more to this than just the idol." For a moment, Anara's expression remained unreadable. Then, she sighed and motioned for us to follow her. She led us back to the cave, her presence commanding yet gentle. "This cave holds the history of my people," she explained, her voice echoing off the walls. "It tells the story of the power that protects us, a power passed down through the generations." "Is it true that you can control the animals?" James asked, his curiosity getting the better of him. Anara nodded slowly. "Yes, I have the ability to communicate with them, to guide them. It is a gift and a burden. The idol is a symbol, a way to focus the tribe's belief and keep the balance." "Why keep it a secret?" Alex inquired. "Why not just tell them the truth?" "Because truth can be dangerous," Anara replied. "The tribe's belief in the idol is what keeps them united and strong. Without it, they would be lost." We stood in silence, absorbing her words. It was a difficult truth to accept, but it made sense. Anara's power was the linchpin that held the tribe together, and the idol was the glue that bound their belief. "We understand," I said finally. "Your secret is safe with us." Anara smiled, a hint of relief in her eyes. "Thank you. You have shown great respect for my people and our ways. I hope that your journey here has been enlightening." As we prepared to leave, Anara gave us a small carved idol, a replica of the one in the village square. It served as a reminder of the power of belief and the lengths to which one would go to protect their people. Our journey back was filled with reflection. We had come to discover new tree species but had instead uncovered an ancient mystery. The forest, with all its secrets, had taught us that the line between truth and myth was often blurred. And as we left the uncharted territory behind, we knew that our lives had been forever changed by the experience.